So at the beginning of this story we meet a man named Jeff. See the man on his boat and also to catch snakes and sell them. Used to do business, and this time these people, such a dangerous place to catch snakes. Where are supposed to be going? That place is the world's most beautiful place. The biggest and most dangerous Camus Anaconda lived, who can adopt anything very easily, make a victim even his own. Like, why not be Anaconda? Well, now this people reach their own, and Jeff's asking for more money from Captain Mate Jeff demands because it is very dangerous. There was a place here. He and his boats were not safe. Jeff takes out the money and gives it to him. But this time by mistake, the money was below that. The money that fell when the captain picked it up. Then suddenly Jeff put his arms around her neck, stabbed him with a knife and killed him with this knife. Then Jeff strangled him and threw him in the river. Gave it as if baiting someone. His other friends are also watching this. The Javan tells everyone that I am deceived. Hate these people. Move on and into the woods. They see a statue like this. Statue with lots of snakes on it. And seeing this, Jeff says, so after all, the story of Kamsan Anaconda was true on the other side. Jeff's guys get a lot of clean, whom they are extremely happy to see. They quickly put them in their bags. Jeff, on the other side, in search of that great little anaconda, runs away from these three with a gun. When a fellow returned bags full of snakes, when he came to put it in the boat, he saw that far away, the headless body of his captain companion was in the water. She was standing there and couldn't believe her eyes. Suddenly the dead body again sank into the water and a big object swimming towards him. This man runs towards the forest in fear, but his efforts are not successful, because a big anaconda now. He had already tightened his grip and wrapped himself around her, the one who breaks his bones and eats him. Suddenly we came to the scene in the forest. The other partner is shown. That partner, suddenly he got scared after seeing something. In fact, he painting the body of the same big anaconda. As soon as he saw the anaconda, when I climbed the tree, I saw its stomach clearly. It seemed as if he had found a human being. It happened before this man took his life, would have saved him and run away right in front of him. The dead body of a friend hangs over which is strange. It felt like liquid because the snake had now spat it back out of his mouth, having thrown away the first man. This snake now, racket, holds a man in its grip. He also binds its bones with, breaks the tacks and then starts eating it too. This support goes away and stands silently. Nazara was looking happy instead. He stands like this to save his comrades. It was as if everything was happening as per his wish. Actually he hold this anacord. Wanted, so he shot him with his shotgun. Was about to faint that suddenly all of the forest animals start making noise. Who's hearing the sound? This anaconda ran away from here. The scene gets cut and we are bailing on the other side. Let's see a man named Belling. His works in a circus with friends. But because this circus is closed, all the artists hear from the circus owner. Buys because he wants all these. Taking the artist with me to Thailand. He wanted to open a new circus of his own there. People also want to go to Thailand via river. Plan is called, and when these people come on the way, when they were in the house, they were made from wooden containers. The way forward is closed. Their captain is found. Wanted these people to change their ways, but this way it would take a lot of time. Bell, young captain, on reaching Thailand, threatens us whatever happens in time. We have to reach Thailand because this is a show for which I have taken advance money. If we don't do the show we are doomed. The captain replies that he will go then. I have only one way. We can get them all, blow things up with dynamite without it. Let it be known that this work of his has affected him. How big a threat could these people pose from the bomb? Let's burn all those containers like this. By doing this his path was cleared, but rain of many snakes in no time. Their ship was paid because all of them wooden containers were filled with snakes out of fear. These people are trying to hide somewhere. While many people do badly. One of his friends was surrounded by snakes. Shows intelligence here and a pressure. All these snakes slipped through the pipe and got there. Would have been successful in throwing him down from the ship. But then suddenly the ceiling of the bathroom broke. Because of this many things would have fallen on the sister, who was hiding inside the bathroom, from which, to escape, he jumps into the river and reaches the bottom. But it's bad luck here also. A king cobra hit him. Before the bite was in front of him, he would have bitten her. No man here would have bitten her. This person crushes it while stepping on it. Jeff was the one who saved Beiyang's life. That's why Beiyang brings him to his ship. Jeff tells everyone he's a wild explorer, and because of an accident, he got stuck here in the forest, and suddenly a friend holding his ear and yelling loudly. Jeff felt close to his ear. Looks like he's poking his finger again. He takes it near this boy's ear, and we see that suddenly one of his ears, the baby snake, came out and bit Jeff on the hand. And Jeff didn't care about his bite. He did not fall into the water after picking up this flame. Throws all this stuff here in the parking lot. Lan herself had noticed a snake. She was an expert and knew that it takes a lot to make a person immune to poison. Putting all the snake's venom into one's body. Falls and tells this to Cheese and Belen also. And she tells me this Jeff is not a good person. Look how he was bitten by a snake, but nothing happened to him, while Jeff, on the other hand, he wanted to meet the captain of this boat. That the captain guides his boat according to the map given by him, according to take you to a place, about which place. As soon as he heard this, the captain took out his gun, leans on Jeff and says, "If you talked about going here again, didn't I? I will shoot you if you say this." Don't know he is Zack, a card captain. B knows about the Crimson Anaconda. After listening to all his words, Jeff he goes away from here, but let's see that as soon as he leaves, Captain Joe was fishing his fishing rod. Suddenly, someone pulls hard from below, when pulled, the captain himself fell into the water. Actually, it was Jeff who used this trap to catch the captain. He had set the captain in his net, for I was trapped in that web of mine. He had to catch the anaconda, and captain was acting as bait for anaconda. Captain's disappearance puts Lan in doubt. Lane knew it was Jeff's work. She asks Jeff, "Where is captain?" But Jeff put it to his words by saying, "Gives that this is a jungle of humans here. It is common for all of them to disappear suddenly. I heard movement in the water. These people. They ask what is this sound, and Jeff tells, something big is coming here. Goes that deep in the river there is a huge anaconda reading towards Jeff's trap. Tar Jeff's fishing rod from the head down. Pulls which as soon as it starts folding. So anaconda just for a few seconds. So big, so scary came before them. Everyone got scared after seeing the anaconda. Jeff fishing rod was holding the rope. Anaconda applied force through the same rope. Jeff was also put underwater. Sometimes he was banging here and sometimes there. But Jeff, he was also not going to accept defeat. Present in this river swimming to save. Fishing rod also goes on a small ship. He had tied up with this ship, and now he was present in the water to save his life. With a sharp rod on the anaconda's body. This attacks Anaconda. Didn't agree, but after wounding him, the anger that definitely made me angry. Anaconda picking up this little boat of Jeff's, moves to the river bank, and same second, after showing his full speed, Jeff holds in itself along with the boat, along with the whole circus of Beiyang standing in the distance. They were looking so strange that they felt that now just Jeff died, but the next moment Jeff floats. It happened that all this had arrived in their ship. Was surprised to see while Jeff was now underwater. Didn't know he was looking for Anaconda. That Anaconda is now following the same ship. The one on the roof is right next to all of them. Would have vomited out the captain's body from within himself. Is the man in front of whom the Anaconda had taken out the dead body. They would have run away from here in fear, hide inside a bathroom, and Anaconda fast after them, kill them. These people study with the door closed. Difficulty getting the Anaconda to come to you. Stop, and from the outside HA pointed. One more time with the weapon on Anaconda. Attacks because of anger. Anaconda moves towards Jeff. Chef 1 minute to avoid attack. Disappears from his sight, for whom Anaconda penetrated inside the ship to find. Where goes the compartment where the bulking and Anna was hiding beside him with bated breath. The corner cannot see them, and from above them, the line of this ship moves forward. Who was hiding a gun in the control room? That big Anaconda came into his room through the window. While watching the egg pass outside, Conda up through the roof down. The rest of them from the washroom window. That child attacks his friends. Would have come to land to save his life. There is also a whip behind him to catch him. There was a line from here to save this child. Runs away, and here in all this devotion. But a lot of kerosene turns into oil. Anaconda, also angry, went out the window. Was about to attack them from behind. The second partner put a pitcher in the mouth of this Anaconda. I had stuck my mouth with this pot Anaconda on the roof of this ship to remove. The Anaconda was in severe pain. With great difficulty he broke the pot and ran away with his head. It was revealed that Jeff entered from behind, making his mouth a rope's noose. I had tied it before he could. Hunting catches down Guinean Anaconda. A fire breaks out in the ship's control room, and this dynamite means access to their bombs too. A huge explosion was shown in this ship. He goes to save his life from the explosion. For this, all of them would have put their heads in the water. And the Anaconda gets killed in all this. Seeing the ship burning, Belang started crying now. He was worried that these people would. I won't be able to reach Thailand because of that. His younger friend tells him, you are crazy. Did we survive that big Anaconda? Our lives were saved. We are alive. That's enough. No, the nun here had understood for you that everything was happening because of Jeff. As a screw to their ship, she tells Jeff, if you had not done this it would have been so big. The danger does not come to us, Jeff says in response. You guys also know about that one Anaconda. What's the price if you guys catch him? If you had supported me then we all would be here today. Millionaires would be greedy and would listen to money. He immediately turns towards Jeff, as if he had forgotten to go to Thailand ever since. He says, tell us how to catch that Anaconda. What can we do for how to make money? Meet, where should we go, what should we do? After listening to his words, Jeff will become his. Takes out a map, shows them and says, that's if you help me with this map. I will tell you within 2 days through. I will send you both to Thailand after bailing. I mean, he was getting along well with her. Was ready, but the rest of the Bellies colleagues did not trust Jeff here. One of Belian's friends was also unwell, because he was bitten by a very dangerous insect. She could have died from its poison. Seeing this he says to Jaffu, I have Sitcha. There is medicine with which this girl can be treated. I can, but that medicine is too much for me. If you want to cure it then you should. You have to take me to my ship, don't you? Even though these people are now here to help Jeff. Now they also have boats ready. These people were not moving forward on foot. Going forward, Jeff calls them here. Don't drink the water here, the water is like this. There are insects that go inside humans. Create such a thirst in him that then he buried himself inside this water. These people kill once the night falls. Stay inside where these people. The fire was lit and Jeff was sitting on the side with his Anaconda was visible on the map. Suddenly the scenes go to flashback and shows how that grim summon Anaconda had also encountered Jeff. Anaconda was about to kill Jeff, but Jeff, at that time he showed intelligence and, encased in wooden containers, escaped from Anaconda's sight, after which these people became brothers. Dynamite broke the containers of power, from which this Jeff came out with them, got the chance to shift to pressing again. Where are Jeff visible on that map? Tarbalang comes to him and tells him, you want to catch this Anaconda, right? Jeff says yes, it's a muted Anaconda. The Anaconda that you call the king of anacondas. You can also say that he has worked with great people of the world. He has hunted even those like himself. Took the big Anaconda, and if we are working hard to catch it, so our 7 pushters also have to work. There will be no need. Belian says out of greed. I'm ready to help you at night. All these people were sleeping when suddenly Balian, a friend, opens his eyes and sees that all of them are surrounded by huge anacondas. Suddenly his eyes opened and we came to know that this was all his dream. There was no corner around. He sees that his brother is also not here. He is scared, and when he came out of the house he saw that his brother, drowning himself badly in the river. He had to go closer and bring his brother to his senses. Tries and sees that his nose, the same poisonous insects are coming out from which Jeff told him about the insects. They kill humans by making them thirsty, and his brother is also among these 7 insects. This boy cries a lot when he is killed, but now what could have happened to these people the next morning? Let's go on our journey again soon. There is a path in front of them like this. Came where there was no room to walk. They had to enter the river at any cost. No one in the river to cross the river. Was not ready to get down because he had seen many difficulties in the river, but they had no other option. These people go down into the river and suddenly a boy points towards water. Because they were killed by a big anaconda, one of his friends had chased him from all sides. The one whose brother died in the night was out of fear. I have not started studying anything but only those who are afraid. So he dies. He didn't know that Anaconda. Her mouth is like an anaconda's. While holding on tightly, takes her help when Lan comes here, but can't do much because the Anaconda had broken his bones. Kills him by suffocating him and all this. People keep standing and watching the show. Anaconda finds that man's dead body, disappears into the water and all this. People move away from here to avoid him. After some time all these people leave. Together they reach Yaffa's board where, as soon as I left, I said, jail to these people. He gives medicine which helps the victims. These people could only treat themselves in Thailand. One of his companions was very close to the ground. He says let's get out of here quickly. But Jeffan tells everyone it's not like that. I will tell you all exactly as promised. I brought you here safely, but now you guys, you will also have to fulfill your promise. That little boy will have to help me with all his might. He says if this is your help then, if it is related to Anaconda, then just forget it. We are not going to help them. As soon as Jeff heard the conversation, he took out his gun. And Bull Young also gave his chalk to all these. Started showing because now he too is Jeff's. He has become a companion and tells them all to leave. Hurry up. Do what Jeff says. Lan says aren't you all crazy? Catch that big anaconda. Impossible. Jeff says yes you're right. Yes but not completely that anaconda. Bell says he can be caught eating. Yang and Jeff, both the two companions. Hold it with a rope and tie it on top of your net. Give Cream some for anaconda fodder. That child says to Balan as a barrier. Why are you doing this if we all die? Guess who performs in your circus? Will bully like crazy after hearing this. He started laughing and said what did you think? I'll take you to Thailand for this circus. I am leaving you fools. I was taking you there so that I earn a lot of money by selling organs. I can but now look I have changed my plan. Done now I've got with Jeff. Because I know that even more than you, this anaconda can give me more money. Here for the crimson anaconda on the other side. While setting the trap, Jeff killed those two girls. Was also tied to a tree after which now I started getting spoiled by being rude to a girl. This girl was also clever, she doesn't stop him, rather, by ensnaring him in his life. Takes out his gun from his pocket so that, as she turns back and shoots Jeff, it's his bad luck that the bullet was fired. No, and now she herself has come under Jeff's control. Before Jeff kills him her other partner Neelan came from behind and fucked Jeff. Jeff stabs his body with his knife. Throws the ball away from the side to the other side. Seeing the opportunity, the other partner took the hand of Jeff. It takes time to get the gun. Here even the mind becomes weak. Without getting on top of Jeff and strangling him, tries to flatten this China. A bullet is also fired there and we are in the scene. Both look at the people Jeff kept as prey for Anaconda whose now a big anaconda is near to eat them. He was coming for all this and the bellies were standing at a distance. Belia was watching the show with his own eyes, was holding the rope of their net but he didn't know where he was from others. Watching the spectacle of death while watching it behind. Death is also waiting, another big anaconda. Keep an eye on him too and before that Belian would have known about this. Anaconda suddenly attacks him on the head. He picks her up from here and takes her away like this. He would have missed even the rope tied in his hand. The net of those two people goes up. Such nodes and the gap between them. Will both of their lives be saved? Tried to kill that girl in anger. Does but show bravery even in this opinion. Shows up and from behind with a big wooden. Hitting Jeff on the head with the piece. This makes you unconscious as soon as you become unconscious. Both of them ran away from their two companions. He comes closer and takes them out of the net. Had liberated him too but there. Unfortunately Jeff had regained consciousness. These people were horrified at the sight but here their luck favored them. Bada put Sana and took Jeff away from here. All these people saved their lives and went to Jeff's boat. Move forward so that these people can sit in. Could get out of here but Lan's partner. The condition had worsened because he had to. He had been shot and he was here in gasps in front of people's eyes. The remaining people quickly came to the boat and tried to start but the boat broke down and suddenly one of his companions was left behind. That fellow gets a bullet from his neck. He takes out the bullet and sees that it was a shotgun, i.e. an anesthetic pill by which he was made unconscious by anesthetic and it was none other than Jeff, That is, this. He also survived the anaconda attack and he was still alive because he killed him by cutting off his head and once again, by tying these three together, Crim Sam would have set up a round of fodder for the anaconda, and all around him there are sharp irons. Ties the strings after which he, holding the rope of the net and standing away from here. That's a lot of anacondas in no time. Reach to attack these three. All three of them felt that now they are about to die. Now they will not be able to survive, but here, fate favors another man and all the anacondas of all seeing someone here. They actually go from here to saw a very big anaconda which they got scared and went away from here. Now this anaconda, lose your big mouth to eat them, was ready for before someone attacking has already attacked him. And this is the Crim Sam anaconda, the size of the king that Jeff was looking for, 10 times larger than other anacondas. This crimson anaconda eyes slowly in, holds all three in his grip and one has to eat these three. Suddenly Jeff leaves the rope and is caught in his net. Grabs hold of to free himself. Crim Sam anaconda agonizes. He roams here and there, but then if I can't, then this life is in my teeth. After trapping it, he tore it from one side and away from here. He leaves to save his life. Jeff ran away towards the jungle at the corner of the house. Tried hard to get him into my trap again, but he could not succeed in this. Jeff the idiot tried his best, was trapped inside a tree by this. Before he could get out of here, the order was over. The anaconda wrapped itself around this tree. Seeing this anaconda standing here, these people also get badly scared of themselves. These people don't do anything to save their lives. But then the smart little child uses his mind and uses his teeth. It takes some time to break the rope. He hoped that he would be saved. Enough to break this rope with my teeth. He applied so much force that blood started coming out of his mouth. Once here, if that crimson managed to escape like an anaconda, had just gone before he ran away from here, goes like an anaconda with its tail, while trapping her, he pulls her closer to himself and then holds him in his grip, placing his mouth on the pot. The screws were tightened so much that Jeff's bones started breaking, after which this anaconda got Jeff inside me too. All three also broke that rope and became free. After convincing Jeff, he became successful in Crim Sam anaconda to kill them. These people move towards them like a wooden. That child reaches near the container. Inside this container to save your life. Goes away and the anaconda has seen him. Anaconda now follows him in this container. Going in, but on the other side of the container. The door is completely closed, baby. Move fast. Time is trying to break the door. Anaconda is passing fast. Anaconda before moving towards this. Take the child out with him in time. The door of this container from the outside. Succeed in opening and this child. These people run away to escape. Let's move ahead. They also knew this. That people won't survive, but luck here. She supports them. They did not know that. We're in that part of the forest where Zephon, the wire with which the sharp edge was installed. This anaconda's head gets cut off due to collision. These people looked back at that anaconda, and they cannot believe that their lives, in their view, Anaconda was saved. These people were happy now, but now there is more danger. They could not buy their lives. Couldn't put him in danger. Knew that. Here's to more Anaconda quickly. These people should quickly get out of here to save their lives. Go. And in the last scene of the story it is shown that in reality he is crimson. The anaconda didn't die, but as Jeff said earlier, told me it was a muted anaconda, had degenerated his severed head. Genie was rebuilt and now he is and the moment has come alive which can be shown. This is where the story ends. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.